G'day guys, so today I am going to throw in a nice little variation to the stock standard dumbbell incline press, and we're going to call this one a supinated dumbbell press. You'll understand where I'm going with this. We're going to include a slight internal rotation, which is going to make your chest come absolutely alive. So let's discuss what it is that we're going to try and to achieve. We're going to come down like a normal bench press, or a normal dumbbell press, and then as we're coming up, we're actually going to twist at the top and come back down. And this there is the motion that we're after. Okay, so we're kind of including a slight fly, a rotation, but you're going to notice it on the way down. You're going to get that nice normal stretch, come up, squeeze hard, and feel that chest come absolutely alive. I do suggest that you start at a lighter weight, especially because of the rotation. There's a bit going on here, and then you can build your way up. You may or may not find that you will hit your normal weight when it comes to an incline dumbbell press, but nonetheless, I'm going to call it the supinated dumbbell press, or some dumbbell incline press. If you've got a better name, let me know. Alright, so we're going to set up just like we normally would with our incline dumbbell press. For those who haven't watched the in-depth dumbbell incline press, by all means jump across and have a look before you get into this, but we'll quickly recap. So when we are going through picking up the weight, we're going to start in this position, deadlift up, place the weight up onto the tops of the shoulders, tops of the knees, not tops of the shoulders, tops of the knees. We're going to use our legs as a leverage point. So we're going to go bang, bang, rock back. All right, from here we're going to adjust and get ourselves into position and press up. Now, when we are doing any types of press, we want to start on a slight 45 because this will help promote our shoulder health. So what we know is the way the shoulder joint sits, it wants to be on a slight 45 or slightly down, so we want these elbows slightly underneath the shoulder joint, and that will move really quite freely. You know, a lot of people will press in a neutral position with neutral hands because of this exact factor that just opening up that shoulder joint won't impinge and cause any grinding or any issues, especially because a lot of people are hunched a great deal of the time. So by pulling your shoulder blades back and down and creating that flat back, plus the 45, your shoulder is going to feel fantastic. So at the top portion of this, we're going to rock back, up, shoulder blades back and down, feet underneath the backside, create our arch, press, start in a 45. Now as we are coming down, we're going to come down in a normal press, and then as we come up, twist, rotate, back down. Okay? Once you've done your rotation, come back down and rotate and rotate. Now you can see that I'm pausing at the bottom. This is exactly what we want to do in order to make sure that everything is aligned. We don't want to be just coming down in neutral press and then straight back up and sort of getting ahead of ourselves. We want to make sure that we're coming down, pause, up, squeeze. Now you can reverse this order if you want to. So instead of rotating at the top, you can rotate at the bottom. So the rotate at the bottom is going to cause a far greater stretch through the pecs. So you're going to come down a greater range of motion. So your hands are at 45 at the bottom, coming up, squeezing, you're going to get a greater contraction. Now if we reverse this process and you come down at a 45 and you open this chest up, you're going to get firstly a greater range of motion, you're going to cause a greater stretch effect. Okay, so it depends on which portion or what you want to work, so the top section or the bottom section, but you can do both ways. So let's talk about this. Again, pull our shoulder blades back and down, and we're going to start from here. Now this is going to be our internal rotation, so it's going to contract at the top. Okay, so we'll do 3 of these, 2 and 3. Now we can reverse this process, pull our shoulder blades back and down, and we can open up the chest. So start at a 45, come down, and we're going to finish with these dumbbells underneath the pecs with our arms nice and tight to our body. Press up, bang, again. And we're going to finish at a 45. Down, press, down, press, and you'll get a really big stretch effect through the pec. So you can manipulate this exercise potentially where you're struggling. So for example, if you're doing a big fly and you're coming down to the bottom portion and you're just losing it at that bottom portion, probably come down like this and do your internal or do your rotation at the bottom. If you are struggling to do your fly and really get that last little bit, maybe do your presses with the rotation at the top to get that real big contraction. Look, if you want to get really adventurous, you can probably do both at the same time. There's a lot going on, so you're going to want to make sure that everything's a-okay. To start, or you just do a supinated press. So underneath, coming up, I would advise against that, to be perfectly honest with you. I think, you know, be exceptional at one or the other, or sorry, spend time on one or the other. Don't just throw everything at it, because essentially we're looking for a desired effect, which is either the stretch component or the contraction component. Don't try and mix the two. It's just probably not gonna work out well for you. So that being said, we do it on the fly. So, you know, could contradict myself just then. But yeah, I would advise that you only do one slight rotation, either work your stretch effect or work your contraction effect at the top. But yeah, team, that there is what I like to refer to as a supinated incline dumbbell press.